Should you buy the S24 Ultra? Something I've been wanting to talk about the last couple of weeks because it's getting to an important time of the year where people start to buy phones again, talking about the holiday Black Friday sales and things like that. And it's still a fantastic phone. It's still probably the best Android phone you can get. Maybe. I mean, there's some other competition, right? There's the OnePlus 12 here in the States. We've got the Pixel 9 Pro, 9 Pro XL, which are both really amazing phones. And we all know that the S24 Ultra is more expensive, $1,299, but it does come with a couple additional add-ons that you don't get with the other Android phones, like the S Pen, like DeX, wireless DeX, stuff like that. It has 7 years of support, Samsung Galaxy AI. So there's a lot to like here, but there's two reasons I really put this question out there, because we're at the end of the year now. There are other options. And two, the S25 Ultra is going to be here in just like 2 months. So for the cutting edge, I've got to have the best of the best of the best. You probably already have the S24 Ultra, and you're probably in the video watching it saying, yeah, I love this phone. I'm glad I bought it. And you'll probably leave a comment. So thanks for watching. But for people who haven't bought it, who are on the fence, you might be a more kind of discerning person who doesn't like to buy stuff when it first comes out, like for the updates to come out and kind of polish and refine things a little bit, because we all know all these phones, when they come out now, it's like they're beta products, right? They don't come out 100% ready. They come out and still need tweaks to the camera, still need some optimizations, right? So maybe you've been waiting to get a better deal. Maybe you didn't care about all the pre-order stuff, right? So this is a good opportunity at the end of the year to try and save some bucks. Now, right now, there's not really any savings, but there will be. There will be very, very soon. We're already basically halfway through November, and Black Friday, the holiday sale, Cyber Monday, all that stuff, that whole week, there's going to be sales, right? And there'll probably be some more once we get into December, because they want to push them out for Christmas and then get them off the shelf before the S25 series gets here in January. So is it worth it? Absolutely. If you like Samsung phones, if you like having the biggest, the best, the brightest, and it's actually not the brightest, that's just an expression, because the Pixel and the OnePlus phone are brighter. But it does have everything you could ask for. Of course, it's got this big, gigantic screen, 120 hertz refresh rate. It still has tons of support. So 7 years of operating system updates, 7 years of security patches. We're fixing to get into that 6-year category. We still don't have One UI 7, which is their version of Android 15. It's going to launch in January with the S25, but that's perfectly okay, because Android 14 works like a champ. One UI 6.1, fantastic. Had no issues with it. I mean, it's really a good experience. And with Samsung, we're pretty much kind of at the same spot we are with Apple now, where it just works, and there's not a whole lot of big changes. Of course, they're supposed to be making some changes with One UI 7 to kind of tune up the user interface experience and change things a little bit, but you've got the Galaxy AI, which is nice. I've talked many times before how much I love the interpreter feature. It's worked and it's helped me so well traveling in Spain, traveling in France, traveling in Germany, traveling in China and Japan. Like it's something that's really nice, because you've got basically an interpreter right on your phone and you can have conversations with people. Like, it's really good. So there's stuff that's cool with the AI, like the image generation, or the image editing, or that stuff's cool. But I like some of the more practical stuff, and that interpreter thing is really good. Battery life is good. You're going to get all-day battery, 5,000 milliamp battery, 12 gigabytes of RAM, starts with 256 gigabytes of storage. The S Pen is fantastic, and whether you know this or not, the S Pen, it has smart features, like you can do the air gestures for functions on your phone. You can use it as a remote shutter for your camera. You can use it to activate the camera. You can press the little button to take pictures, to start a video. That's nice. And you can also, of course, use it to write all over the screen, right? Now, that's why people like it. They want to be able to use the S Pen on the screen, take your notes, all that stuff. I've never really been much to do that. I usually just use it more like a pointer. I just sit there and I just use the interface with it, and it's great for the remote shutter function, which I've used quite a bit. But otherwise, yeah, it's something you don't get with other phones. Wireless DeX, those are nice. And for those of you who are uninitiated, DeX is a desktop style software, right? So right now, this is what it looks like. This is the phone version software. You can connect it to a TV, connect it to a monitor, and it basically turns it into like a mobile desktop. Like, it turns your phone, not from a phone, but more into like a computer, and you can even connect like a keyboard or mouse or whatever. You can use it just like a keyboard, just like a computer. So on the go, if you don't want to carry a laptop, if you need to do a presentation, if you need to get some work done, fire up Microsoft Word, it really is neat. And people that use it really value it. And it's great because there's nothing really like it in anywhere else, right? So we've got a semi-desktop like feature with some of the Motorola stuff, and there's promise that maybe we might get something with Google at some point. But right now, like, DeX is the top of the top when it comes to this whole desktop experience. And not only can you use it wired, but also wireless. So that's nice. You can share it wirelessly to your TV, right? So that's cool. And then, of course, it's fantastic for gaming. Massive heat sink that we've got in here with the vapor chamber. It's got great cooling. It's got super power, right? It's got the Snapdragon for Samsung version of the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3, which is just slightly faster. It's like 3.36 gigahertz instead of like 3.31. Maybe it makes a difference. I don't know. But with this big screen, big phone, big everything, and that's the mantra of the Ultra series. It's just like the Note was before. It's the big phone. You got the big screen to get work done, the big screen to get playing done, the big phone with the big battery to last all day. So there's a lot of benefits to having a phone like this, right? Of course, the price tag at $12.99 is a little cost prohibitive, which is why you're probably watching this video now at the end of the year saying, okay, it's been out for almost a year. Is it any good? I'm going to catch one of these sales. I'm going to catch a deal at my carrier, because the carriers like to do a lot of deals too. And yeah, I don't live in isolation. I know that a lot of people finance their phones, right? I don't live in a bubble. That's how most of America works. We're not like Europe or other countries where it's not really that way. Here in the States, most people usually get their phone through their carrier. So yes, there will be carrier deals during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the holiday sales and stuff too. And maybe you can get it with a good deal. Maybe you can get it for free with trade-in for 3 years or whatever you're comfortable with. But maybe this is the time of year that you're looking to get a new phone. Maybe it's in your upgrade cycle. Maybe you upgrade every holiday system or every holiday season. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because all right, I made the videos whenever it first came out. I've tested it. I've showed off what it can do, but there's a lot of discerning customers, a lot of value-oriented people who are trying to get the best that they can, the most for their money, something practical, something that's going to get supported for a long time, and this is still going to be good for years. I still see people using their Note 9, their Note 8, their S7. Like, these phones are old. They're like well past when I would ever even consider picking one up, and people are happy with them. A Note 9, an S9, right? So to get a phone that's 5, 6, 7 years newer, like, the hardware's made so many leaps and bounds. Like, this phone is going to be fantastic for years to come. And Samsung's been doing a really good job supporting them, updating them, pushing out updates, making sure that they stay relevant. And with the power that you get with the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3, with this big, beautiful screen, with plenty of RAM, like, it's forward-looking. Like, it's going to be good for AI stuff. It's going to be good for basically whatever you can throw at it for years to come. And I think that it'll hold up. And this is the first phone that Samsung has said they're supporting for 7 years. So it's kind of like a test bed, right? Before it was 4 years of operating system updates, 5 years of security patches. Now it's 7 and 7. No, not the drink, but 7 years of operating system updates, 7 years of security patches. So, this has got Android 14 now. So we're looking at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like Android 21, when this thing will finally not be supported anymore. So that's just insane. And then throw in the S Pen, throw in the legacy and the brand notoriety and the reliability that Samsung brings to the table. They make fantastic screens. It looks beautiful. And yeah, if you're in the market for one, it's still a good phone. Now, if you want to wait a little bit, you can still, of course, get the S25 Ultra that's going to come out in January. And that's going to be a whole nother conversation, because there is going to be a significant leap. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about it, because the S24 Ultra, amazing phone. The S25 Ultra is supposed to have a chip that's like 40% more power efficient and 40% more like powerful. Like, it's the new chip. Like, this one tops out at 3.36 gigahertz. The new one that's coming out will top out over 4 gigahertz, and it'll probably have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it's going to have some serious performance improvements. It's supposed to be like 40% more battery efficient, which is going to be great too, because the battery life is good on the S24 Ultra. Like, I've had a good experience with the battery, but I think we're going to see like this next generation whenever it comes to that stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what happens because, well, it's always fun with the new phones. And when the new phones come out, you know, Samsung, they give good trade-in deals. They have all sorts of stuff when it comes to like pre-orders, pre-order deals and sales, freebies and stuff like that. So there's like two different ways to buy a Samsung phone. When it first comes out, you get some really good deals and specials. And then at the end of the year, they like to do like some pretty aggressive pricing as well. So it's just whatever works for you, whatever suits your lifestyle, your needs, your pocketbook, and whatever you're happy with. And if you're interested in getting the S24 Ultra, I think you'll be pretty happy with it. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, gripes, complaints, all that stuff, please go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys next time.